It's not very easy to become a man. It's not the work. Everybody ambition is to become a leader, is to become a big man. That is the struggle. So my brother, you should be ready to lay good foundation. Earlier the better. In the nearest future, you will be one of the leaders. So we pray. Amen.
We come to this week's edition of our weekly business digest bulletin. Of course, each time you hear that song, you just know that you're live on Business Talk with Fon Felix, a weekly business essential where we share essential business rules for entrepreneurs, startups, and small business owners. So each time you hear that, just know that you're live on the live broadcast and live streaming of Business Talk with Fon Felix, showing every Wednesday on your handles to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Please, we said if you're following us on Facebook, please ensure you comment, like, share, please. Invite your friends to follow us every week Wednesday. If you're following us on your YouTube, please ensure that you click on the subscription button so they can always get notifications of our podcast or of our tips as we'll be sharing from time to time. Please, we're sincerely apologizing for starting up this week podcast late due to some technical issues, Blog Gladly, which has been resolved. Last time we discussed on how to deal with difficult customers or how to manage customer relationship. And of course, we understand that there are some customers that may be very difficult to manage. There may be situations as a business person that you find it difficult to manage. The truth of the matter is that some customers are difficult to manage. And of course, in business world and in business terms, we come to understand and believe that customers are always right. Customers are queens and kings and has to be treated exceptionally. They have to be treated with high sense of sensibility, with high sense of respect, despite or notwithstanding the situations, their character, their displays, and disposition. So we have to understand that without these customers, definitely we'll be out of business. Without these customers, we will not be in business. So we need to treat them as best way we can. So the audio recording of that edition is available. Maybe just in case you missed that podcast, you can always demand for the audio recording or for the video recording of it, and it will be delivered to you at no cost at all. Please, you can always reach out to us via the numbers that is displaying on your screen, either through SMS, through voice calls, or through WhatsApp conversations, or through email, or through Facebook engagement, wherever. We'll always be available and willing to discuss and also assist you. So I want to welcome you again to this week's edition. In this week's edition, we shall be discussing on how to manage difficult times in business, managing difficult times in business, managing difficult times in business. So that shall be our discussion for today. Let's just go for a break, and we shall be back to continue on the discussion for today. Just hold on, and we shall be back. All right, thank you, viewers. Thank you for following. Thank you. Welcome back. Now, back to business, and we shall be discussing on the main business for today: managing difficult time in business. Managing difficult time in business. So, encountering obstacle is one thing that is common in business. So, do not be deceived that business will be rosy all the time. No, do not be deceived that it will always be rosy all the time. No, do not be deceived that business will always be profit oriented all the time. No, do not be deceived that each time you sell that you must make profit. That is why in the business world we have the profit and loss margin, the profit and loss ledger books. So there's every possibility, everything possible that definitely as you make profit today, there's every tendency that you make loss tomorrow. So that is why those things exist in business. So you that is coming to a business must have the mindset that it is not always a win-win thing. There must be a win-lose or a lose-lose. But one thing is your ability to overcome the difficult time or situations that gives you an edge to grow in business. So encountering obstacle, you understand, is common among uncommon to all businesses. So every business suffers their own difficult times. Every business suffers their own downtown. You understand me? But it is how you're able to manage it that will enable you to either remain in business or to shut down in business. So apart from one another, so every business has the possibility of having issues. So the difference between this business A and business B is how they are overcome those situations, is how they are able to manage. So those are things that differentiate business A from business B. You understand me? But every possibility is that every business suffers profit, every business suffers loss. So you must have get that in your brain. So why some businesses derail, why some businesses closes down, why some businesses shut down and never survive such difficult situations or time, others have also learned to manage it and they are prepared for it. And when they see such situations, they see it as an opportunity to learn and to grow. And some of these obstacles, particularly, can be avoided. That is one thing in business. So some certain difficult situations we face as business people, as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, as startups, can easily be avoided if we know and we prepare for them. But most times we see people who come into the business world with the mentality that I will always win all the time, with the mentality that I will always have profit all the time, that with the mentality that each time I buy a product, I must make huge profit from it. Let me share with you and bring it down to small business owners and entrepreneurs. Sometimes you buy a product, you are not able to sell them off until the expiry date. You lose at it. Sometimes you buy a product, people buy from it, and they come back with a lot of complaints about that particular product or item. And at the end of the day, you lose a lot of capitals in it. So those are it. So most times you buy goods and there are uncertainty. There are many things that could happen. Other accidents, natural issues, accidents can happen. Flood can weigh away the goods that you buy. The goods can be seized by the custom or the government agencies. By the time you're able to bring them, if they are products that are perishable, those products have perished. You understand me? You have lost them. You have lost them. So government agencies can also come against you, either for some products you're selling that have not been licensed for you to sell or are not registered. By the time you are done with those processes, it's found out that you are actually losing a lot in that business. So those are the things that business owners suffer. So the thing is that there are some of these obstacles can be avoided. So key actions in this discussion is that this includes managing costs in situations of difficulties in business. How do you manage your costs? You need to support your employees. You need to support your employees' morale through clear communications and community. Now, this is one thing you have to do. As a business owner, as a business people, or as an entrepreneur, as a startup, and you have people working under you or working for you, and your business is suffering or is undergoing some difficult situations, as the case may be, please be open to communicate. Be open to let them know. Or you're into a partnership with some investors, and maybe you are the one running the business. Some of these investors is just to fund you for you to run the business. And there's a problem, there's a difficulty in the long run. There's a situation your business is currently facing. So the truth of the matter is that be open to communicate. Let your team, let your employees, let your investors and partners knows the situation on ground. Don't try to cover up. Don't try to cover up. It's business. You have to be one thing about business is honesty, sincerity, and openness, transparency. So you need to be open. Let your employees know that the business is currently undergoing some situations. You understand? So that even their salary payment definitely will be affected in the longer run if these things are not solved immediately. So let them know that yes, the business is undergoing some situations, but however you're managing it. So that will boost their morale to work. That for them to work from month end, from the beginning of the month to the month end, and they don't get paid, they don't get their salary, and they're expecting that they will be paid. And at the end of the day, you find one excuses just to cover up. Either there are some bank network challenges, there are some difficulties in pulling out some cash or making transfers for you to make their payment and all of that. They will be demoralized. So the best thing is that every sincere employee, every sincere worker and staff you have will understand that situations is changing, and definitely they will be able to manage you and manage with you within that situations. And sometimes many of them may even profile solutions for you to come out of that situation. So you should be able to communicate. You should be able to communicate to your team, to your workers, let them know the situations that your business is undergoing some difficult situations. So do not just try to hide it under the carpet. Do not just try to say this is something you can handle. Why is also affecting the business of other business? Remember, you're in business for the business of other business. So the business you're doing is an encouragement, or is more like is an extension of other businesses. So the profit, the loss, the whatsoever thing affects your business indirectly will also affect other business who are also relying in your business. So you should be able to what? To open up. Then you should seek professional advice. Seek professional advice and guidance. Yeah, that is why a consultant exists. That is why business consultants exist. Seek professional guidance and advice. Talk to professionals. That is what I keep telling, that every business you're doing, there are millions of people who have done that business. Every stage you are in your life, there are millions of people who have stayed through that process and that stage. So when you have situation in a particular stage in your life, please be open to communicate. Let people know where you're having issues. Seek professional guidance and advice. Professionals will be able to guide you and give you clear guidance where needed so that you can skate through that way. You understand me? So it's easy for you to communicate. It's easy for you to seek professional advice. Do not just want to manage the situation alone. You're suffering some losses in your business. You put in funds and the funds is not returning back. You're not even getting your capital, not talking about the revenue. Please seek advice from professionals. Let them tutor you. Let them handle the situation. And so that way you can be back to business. This is also vital in situations of difficulty in business. It is also vital for you to what? Embrace flexibility. Embrace flexibility. Yeah, I've talked about that in several editions. Be flexible in business. Your business should not be rigid. Your business should be flexible. Do you understand me? You can be into buying and selling, and at a point in time you're facing difficulty in buying and selling. You can seek to leverage on other people's business just to manage that situations at that time. You can seek to support other people's business. And that way, you're also in business. You remain in business, but particularly not managing the business while you started the business. I don't know if you get the picture. So you can start, either maybe you can leverage on marketing, leverage on helping other vendors just to keep your business environment busy while you manage this difficult situation that your business is undergoing. And of course, in managing difficult situations in your business, learn from the challenges. Learn from the challenges. I'm sure having had these difficulties, having been suffering some difficulties in this business or in this environment, there are challenges that you have overcome. There are challenges you have seen. Please learn from it. Experience, they say, is always the best teacher. As you have learned from this, you should be able to help other people grow who may want to venture into such business you're into, and who will definitely have or encounter such obstacles in one time or the other in the business world. So learn from the experiences, learn from the challenges, and take hard and necessary decisions. As the situations is, take hard but necessary decisions. Look at the situation around. You should be able to take some decisions. Some of them might be very hard, but it's very necessary. You understand me? Sometimes such difficult and necessary situations can likely be through relocation. It may require you to relocate. Maybe the issue you're suffering is that it's not that the business is not moving high, but the money on your rent is higher than the profit you're getting. Do you understand me? Your business locality possibly is affecting the profit margin of your business, it's affecting the growth and expansion of your business, because business location is one of the key factors of the success of your business. So it's possible that one of the difficulties or challenges you're encountering in your business is location. So it's necessary for you to take that hard decision, relocating your business to a better environment, relocating your business to a better place where business visibility can work for you. So in this way, take hard but necessary decisions to position the business for renewing growth. Yes, sometimes these decisions, they are hard, but they are hard, but they are necessary at this time. Just for you what? To position your business for renewed growth, so that your business can continue to grow, so that you don't remain in the situation where you are, you don't remain in that particular location, and it's not increasing the profit of your business, and it's not helping your business to grow. So every business suffers business challenges. Every business suffers difficulties in their business. Ask around. The big business moguls today you're embracing, you're celebrating, you're seeing as idols, go closer to them, study them. They will tell you the challenges they have encountered. They will tell you the challenges which they have suffered. You understand me? But you can learn from the experiences they will share to you. So that way, you will overcome the challenges you're suffering in your business. So let's look at what are the things that you can do while you're managing the situations, the difficult times in your business. What are the things that you can do? You understand? What are those challenges that actually lead to business difficulties? What are those things that actually lead to business challenges? What are those things? What are those potential things that eventually will lead you to having a difficulty in your business? One of them is what? You need to know your value and avoid emotional pricing. You need to know what? Your value and avoid emotional pricing. Emotional pricing can take you out of business. Emotional pricing can lead you to delay in your business. Emotional pricing can make your business go into a extinction. Do not place your price out of emotion. Do you understand me? Do not place your price as if you're pitying the customer. You're placing the price because that is a value for your business. I'm talking to entrepreneurs now. You're placing your value. You're placing your price because that is your value. So, but however, before you should be able to place a price, you should be able to understand and rate your value. What value do you have? What value are you offering to the market? Now, having known the value you're offering to the market, you should be able to place a price to a higher term. Place a price to your services. Do not place your price out of emotions. Do know your value and avoid emotional pricing. So one of the business challenges that small business owners often face is establishing proper pricing strategies for their products and services. So sometimes emotions dictate the price charged. You understand me? Sometimes you attach emotion. For now, example is that for fear of losing that potential customer, you just give out a price that is too little, knowing fully that the pricing is higher, but you just continue giving little prices, while your contemporaries are placing higher price for higher value. You're placing little price for your higher value, and possibly before you know it, you begin to suffer challenges in your business. Do you understand me? Because you're working, but you're not making profit from the work you're doing. Do you understand? So, which over time will continually lower your profit margin. Now, remember, we are in business to make profit. We are not in business for charity. You understand me? Except you're for NGOs who is in business for impact and charity. But for business-oriented persons, we are in business to make profit. So by the time you allow emotion to dictate your price, you will observe in the longer run that your profit margin is what? Is becoming so low. It's becoming so low. So this can create insurmountable business challenges for you. This can create insurmountable business challenges for you in the road. So periodically, reevaluate your prices with current reality. That's what I tell people. Reevaluate your prices with what? With current reality. If you do not want to suffer challenges, difficulties in the field, in the endeavors you're doing as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, or as a startup, please periodically reevaluate your prices in comparison to current reality. Yes, when prices of petrol was 100 naira, I'm sure you're going to go charge something at the rate now that prices of petrol is over 1,000 or close to 1,000 naira. So reevaluate your prices. The economy is also reevaluating their own policies. So you as an entrepreneur, you should not attach emotion to it. Oh, please help me now. This is what I can do. For brother's sake, now, we are brothers. We are sisters in the Lord. Both of us are neighbors. Please just do it for me. And you're doing. I'm not saying that pricing low is bad, but you should not allow it to affect your business. That is it. Of course, people like us as an entrepreneurs, we offer free services to also help the community to grow. We've talked about that, helping the community in bringing up your ideas and also helping other people to grow. But do not allow that to kill the vision of your business, because you are in business to make profit. So do not allow emotions to dictate your prices. Please, if your value is high, please place your value high. You understand me? Do not be deceived by people telling you there are other people who are offering lesser prices. Those ones are offering lesser prices because they are offering lesser value. So you have to know your value. Don't allow customers or your clients to dictate your value. You are the one who is to position the value you have for them to see. And by the time they see the value you have, name your price. And those who understand the value you have will pay for the price. But however, from time to time, you can consider, but do not allow your emotions to dictate your prices. If you do that in the long run, it's going to affect your business and it's going to lead you to difficult situations in your business. So, another key point we need to consider is that you need to be willing to abandon what doesn't work. If you don't want to face challenges in your business, you need to abandon what doesn't work for you. What is it that you're doing in business that is not working? You need to abandon it. If you have to, if you want to avoid facing difficult situations, if you want to avoid facing challenges in your business in the longer run, you need to be willing. This is willing. The willpower. You need to have the willpower to abandon that which does not work for you in business. You are in business to make profit. So every product which does not sell well, you need to stop selling it. You understand me? So some products or services included in business may no longer work for you. Some products and services included in your business may no longer work for you as time goes by. So you need to evaluate what doesn't work and have the courage to walk away from it. So what is it that you're doing in your business that currently is not selling? What is it that you're doing in your business that currently is no longer paying you? You should be able to be bold, have that willpower and walk away from it before it becomes a business challenge for you, before it becomes a difficult situation for you in business. So you need to do what? Walk away from things that doesn't work for you. So the energy which you will release from letting that thing go will increase your concentration on things that work. The energy which you will release from letting that thing go will increase your concentration on things that work for you. Then align you to apply intensity, of course, of a lesser focus on the right target. So we need to understand these things. Sometimes we're into business, but some business we are doing is no longer businessing. If there's a word like that, you understand? So some things are no longer businessing. Some things are no longer relevant in the business world. But many times, out of emotions, out of fear for growth, we keep attaching ourselves to it. You know that this thing you're doing is no longer working. You know that this product you're selling is no longer selling. Why keep selling it? I don't understand. So you're in business to make profit. So you need to sell that which sells. Sell that which the customers want. If customers are not coming back to buy an item, if you're selling a particular product and no one is patronizing you, it means that that product is not selling. If you're the service provider and the service you're rendering is no longer selling, no one is patronizing this particular service. So it means that that particular service or skill is irrelevant. It has become outdated. So you need to update yourself with the current skills. You need to update yourself with the current products and services that sells. That way, you will not face challenges or difficulties in your business. Remember, we are discussing how to manage difficult times in business, how to overcome challenges in your business. That is the discussion for today. And of course, we've said, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our handles so they can always get notification. Now, another key point is you need to replace old strategies with new ideas. Replace old strategies with new ideas. Many times, many of us are fond of keeping old strategies regarding new ideas, new potential ideas. We just want to remain at the level of this is how it used to be done. This is how it used to be done. The truth of the matter is that the business world is evolving. The business world is changing with changing time. So you need to also be changing with the changing world. You understand me? You need to be changing with the business world. So do not rely on things that have worked past. Do not rely on outdated innovations or technologies that are no longer profitable to the business world. So what? You need to replace old strategies with what? With new business ideas. So some business challenges result from ingrained habits. Ingrained is in us. So this is something we know. We keep clinging to outdated modes and models. We just include ourselves to outdated models of doing business because that is what we know best. So we don't know this other new idea, this other new approach you're bringing now. I don't know it too. This is what I know best. And you want to rely on that which you know best. I tell people, please learn to know what others know. Do not relent on the one you know. Learn to know what others know. That way, you will not lead your business to having difficulties or challenges in the longer run. So that is how. Now, another key point is that what you must know the biggest business obstacles that you face. Know the biggest business obstacles that you face. Knowing is a key of getting information. If you know your problem, you should be able to have a solution. A man who does not know the problem he has, solution will be far away from him. So know the biggest business obstacle that you face. Yes, we understand that your business is having some difficult situations. We understand that your business is suffering some difficult conditions or is facing some difficulties. But the big question is, what exactly is the difficulty that your business is facing? You have to understand it. You have to know it. So what is it that is actually a challenge I have? What is it that is a challenge I have? So if you could eliminate one big obstacle in your business, if there's one big obstacle that you know that your business is suffering, if it's something that you can eliminate now, what will that be? That is the question. So what would that actually be? What would that actually be? So you need to gain clarity. You need to sit down, study the business, gain clarity, which is the first step of taking action. Clarity is the first step. By the time you're clear of the situation, you'll be able to seek for solutions. You'll be able to seek for the right advice and counsel. So what is it that you're facing? What is the obstacle that's obstructing your road to success? What is that particular thing that's obstructing your road to success? What is that particular thing, that particular skills, that particular business idea, that particular business hurdles that is what obstructing your ways to success? Having or coming to know that will bring you closer to a solution. Because if you do not know exactly what is your business obstacle, even if people often use solutions, you will not take it to be solution because you don't even know what actually is the problem that your business is facing. We also need to understand that you need to know we'll talk about you knowing the best obstacle to your business, you knowing the biggest business obstacle that you face. So then I also want to ensure us and let us know that as business, we should not be far away from our sales function. I'm talking to startups. I'm talking to startups, small business owners who hires people to work for them. If you don't want your business to suffer loss, you don't want your business to suffer difficult situations and challenges in the longer run, please do not or don't distance yourself from the sales function. We have what we call the sales functions in business. What is the sales function is that you as the owner of the business, you understand how your business works. So you're the one who understands best how your business works. So, but many times, either out of pride or out of busy schedule, as we start up a business and employs people to work for us, we distance ourselves from that business. We go far away from that business. Many times as bosses, as organs, we only cause for profit. We only cause for, have you not sent the profit for today? Have you not said the sales for today? I've not seen the sales update for today. But you have distanced yourself from what? From the sales function of your business. So you are the one who understand your business. You understand me? So during the startup phase, by the time you're starting up a business as an entrepreneur or as a startup or as a small business owner, generally you act as a sales chief. You understand me? You are the best and best marketer of that product. You are the sales chief of that your product. You are the sales chief of that your shop. You are the one who attends to customers' mood. That is, I'm talking about the early phase, the early stage when you start up your business. You are the one who understands the sales matrix. You understand one who understands the sales gimmicks that works well for your business. You understand me? Now you know your product and service better than anyone else. You know your product and services better than anywhere because why? You are the one who created it. You are the one who established it. You are the one who funded it and who founded it. So you understand your product. You understand your item better than any other person. Now, as you grow, as a business grow and you begin to hire people to work for you, now you slowly begin to distance yourself from the sales function. Now focusing on financing. Do you understand me? You're not focusing on people management. You're not focusing on how to manage the staff and other operational issues. So you have left the sales functions to focus on financing, how much profit is coming in, and all of that, how to manage your staff and other operational issues and this and all of that in the business. I'm not saying that that is bad, but as Oga, as Madam, an entrepreneur, I'm talking to an entrepreneur, I'm talking to small business owners, I'm talking to startups. Please, as the business is growing, if you don't want to suffer loss, you don't want to suffer difficult situations, be closer to the sales functions. Do you understand me? Be closer to the sales function. I will share with you, I have a friend. Of course, I like using his stories as a motivation to talk to business owners and entrepreneurs. I have a friend who runs, one of the days I will be bringing him to discuss with us on this podcast. I have a friend who runs a laundering service. He actually and also works in a financial institution, but have a laundering service as his own personal outfit while he works for financial institutions. There's one thing that this my guy does that propels me to look closer to him, and I've learned a lot from him, is that even as the work closes from the financial institution, he comes back to his laundering service to manage it. In fact, he does most of the marketing more than even the people he employed. He even does both the washing, he does ironing, he's into the business. And by weekend, he does not report to the financial institution. He attends to his business by himself. So in that way, he's closer to his business. He's the one who has the business idea. He's the one who funded the business. He's the CEO. He understands the strategies that works for his business more than those that he is paying. So he's closer to his business, and I see the growth in his business because he's closer. Many businesses shut down. Many businesses goes into extinction because we are far away from our business. We are far away from our business. I'm not saying that you should die in the business, but I keep telling people, if you're not ready to do a business, please do not open up a business. Aliko Dangote, of we know, the biggest millionaires we may know, either in West Africa in the world, or one of the richest people we know in the world who is from Nigeria, is closer to his business. I'm sure. Many times you visit him, he's in business you visit. You don't visit him, he's one outlet somewhere outside the business environment. He manages his business, and that is why the business is still thriving. So as entrepreneurs, as small business owners and startups, as your business continues and begins to grow, please do not distance yourself from the sales function. Do not distance yourself from the business of your business, because what? You are the major business owner. You are the major business strategist. You are the major business ideologist of that business. Without you, that business will not continue to function. So you need to be closer. Do you understand me? So do not just focus on financing, managing the staff, and other operational issues of the company, of the outreach, of the outlet. Please manage the sales. Attend to customers like you are the sales boy. Yes, sometimes you've gone to some business. That is why some Igbo people look at these Igbo men, some people from the eastern part of Nigeria. If you go to their shop, you won't even know that the man who is attending to you, whom you think is the sales boy, is the owner of the shop. You will see the cashiers claiming like what we don't know, claiming the big organs and the bosses, whereas the man attending to you is the owner of the shop. He understands the business of his business. So he attends, he does not distance himself from the sales function. Sales function is the key to your business growth. How you interact and relate with the customers is a way of making the customers coming back or you're losing them. The way you attend to a customer will determine whether a customer will come back. Do you understand me? Or will not return. It's not particularly the way the cashier collects his money and gives him change that matters, but it is the way you attend to him. You that is the sales rep, you that is a sales girl or sales boy, it is the way you handle the customer and him picking item, helping him to give him guidance on the best item. Say, no, you're buying this detergent, this one can form better, this one can last longer. There's a way you can handle a customer and the customer will come back. Because why? You understand the sales function of your business. So I want to encourage you as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, as startups, as your business continues to grow. If you do not want to suffer difficult and challenging time in your business, please be closer to your business. You understand me? Be closer to your business. If you pay attention to these key words, if you pay attention to the tips we are sharing, definitely you will not suffer difficulties in your business. Remember, we have discussed that the best way to help you curb difficulties and challenges in your business is what? The last one, we say what? You should not distance yourself from the sales function of your business. We say that you should learn and try to figure out the biggest business obstacle that you're facing so that you can be able to seek solution. Then we say that what? That you should do away with old strategies and embrace new ideas. Then, of course, we also discuss that you should be willing to abandon what doesn't work for you. And of course, lastly, and the first tip we discussed, we say what? You should know your value and avoid emotional pricing. Know your value and avoid emotional pricing. That way, let people know that your price is high. Yes, I have a lot of clients, I have a lot of customers who tell that my service fee is very high. Yes, I have people share that with me. But why they consider that my service fee is high, on the other, we also hear them say that, but he delivers. Yeah, because why? I have value. I've placed a value on my prices. Do you understand me? So if you're coming to me for an item, for a product or for a service, and I'll give you my price, sometimes you say it's too high. Of course, I can encourage you to go for lesser prices. There are people who can offer lesser for you. And of course, if you're a good business person, by the time somebody tells you that you can patronize the lesser prices, then of course the person will know that you have value. So I have people who feel that my price is high, but in the same way, they are happy that my value is great. So they get value for the money they are paying. So do not allow emotional pricing to affect your business. I'm not saying you should not do things less, you should not do things in consideration, but do it at your own discretion. Do not allow customers to control your pricing matrix or your pricing strategies. Let customers not come and say, Mr. A or B can do it for 5 naira, you too, you can do it for 4 naira. Everyone has their own value. Everyone has their own business idea. People know why they're in business. You know why you're in business. Mr. A or B knows why he or she is in business. Some people can be in business just to pass away the time. Some people can be in business just to increase their growth and their visibility, while some people have grown and they are now in business to make profit. So you must determine the stage at which in your business. And having known the stage, you should be able to create value and let your clients, let your customers know the value you have created for yourself. That way, no one will argue with you. So that is where we shall be drawing the curtain to a close today in today's podcast, in today's discussion, and today's edition. Remember, today's topic is managing difficult times in business. Managing difficult times in business. Of course, this podcast comes to you every Wednesday from 11 a.m. Of course, live streaming on my handles, and of course, it can be viewed in other on social medias, on your YouTube, on your Instagram, on your Facebook. Please, if you want to join our business growth community, you can always indicate. Please comment, like, share. We also want to hear your own ideas. We also want to hear the situations, the difficulties you're facing. And of course, in the community, we have people who are already into the business. They will be able to offer solutions and we share ideas. Please like, comment, Invite your friends to always follow up every Wednesday from 11 a.m. showing on my handles. Please, in case you have need of the audio recordings of the previous edition of this particular one, please, you can always reach out to us. We'll be willing to deliver it to you at no extra cost at all. And particularly in case you need our services on graphics, on branding, on printing, we print and we brand on any surface. Please, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to us via the number showing on your screens. Or you want us to come and offer live video production, event live streaming, or media setup to your company, to your establishment, to your church, or to your meeting, or to your group, please, you can always follow us. You can always reach out to us, and we'll be willing to offer that service to you. Or you're building up your media outfit, and you want us for your procurement, you want us for consultations, and of course, for small business owners and startups, of course. In case you're just joining and want to enter up in a new business world, and you need people you need to consult, you need somebody you can talk to. Of course, as an entrepreneur, a small business owner, who have been in the business, we understand how the business world works. We can always be available to attend to you at no cost or at no cost at all. Thank you for following on. Hope to see you in the next edition. Bye bye from now.